Hi guys, it's Omega, and I'm just coming on today. It's Mother's Day, and I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to all of you that are mothers, or if you have been a mentor or mother, or even really good friend, or whatever you've been to someone that's special. I just wish you a happy Mother's Day. Um, I had a very relaxing day. I did spend time with my son today by phone. He sent me a card, which I got it yesterday, so I got it just in time. And it's always a pleasure to spend time with my son because he actually, we actually have wonderful conversation, and I enjoy that. And he actually listens to me talk about sewing, and he gives me good suggestions also. And most of you probably don't know this, but my son majored in fine art, and he got it honestly because my side of the family was into art, and my ex's side of the family, he was into more music, and I was actually in both because that's how I met my ex. But my son is very artistic and has, a good visual eye, so he really gives me good suggestions sometimes. But one thing he did encourage me to do, so I told you all about the next project I was going to work on, and it was the animal print fabric that had a border on it. And so I did last weekend. I worked on that project, and guys, it was a fail. It was a fail. And I'll tell you why, and I'll show it to you. But it will not be a wearable top. And what I plan to do with the material is just salvage it and use it to maybe do like a block, color block type of project later on. But what he did is he encouraged me to go ahead and share the fact that it was a fail. And I wasn't going to do that. Not that I'm too proud, but I just figured it was a waste of time. However, he did say that, you may be sharing with someone else that may have had a fail, and to encourage them to keep going, not only keep going, but you might be able to salvage at least part of the fabric to, add it with something else to color block or do something else with it. So we all have fails every now and then. And since I'm really just getting back into sewing, really on a regular basis, I've had a few fails since I've started back. So I'm going to share those with you as well as my successes. So in my last video, I did share with you a couple tops that I made. Actually, my first two tops that I've made, or sewing that I've actually done since I've been in my new home. And this third one, though, was a fail. So, guys, this is my fail. And then I have a fabric haul, very small fabric haul I'm going to share with you. I will not stop buying fabric. I will not stop sewing because of fails. They happen, and I will keep going. So, this is the top. And you may say, oh, not bad. So, two things happened. One is I did pick a very simple pattern, and this type of fabric calls for a simple pattern because the fabric itself does the work as far as the making the item what it is. But what I did was the border ended up being a little wonky, and you can't really see it that well. I'm not going to put it on, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But I picked a pattern here. I made the top pattern. This is McCall 6247. And it's not the fault of the pattern. It is my fault, and I'll tell you why. I used this pattern here. This view is view E, or B. That's view B of this pattern. Couple of things. One is this pattern, even though you probably can't really tell from looking at the pattern envelope, it has a flare to it. And the border was going to be along the bottom. And so on the side of the side of the top. I wanted to leave it like a slit, slits on the side, but that didn't work out. But also what happens is this is much narrower. The black part is much narrower than it is in the front. It's wider in the front. So that flare, and even when I put it on, it doesn't look nice at all. The way it hangs on me, it doesn't look nice. So bottom line, it wasn't the right pattern for the fabric. It's not that there was anything wrong with the pattern. Very easy to put together, you know, nice pattern. And I will make this pattern again, but with solid, probably solid fabric, not with a border print. Then the other thing was, if you'll notice the neckline, it's a V-neck top. I didn't like it. Again, I tried to incorporate the border in that band for the V, and it just didn't. It came up a little too high, and it didn't feel right. So what I did is I cut a scoop neck into the pattern, and when I put it on, it is like way, way too low. And that's why I'm not putting it on to show you. So guys, I have to laugh because I really liked this fabric so much. And the fail is not really thinking. I didn't think through what I was doing. So think through what you're doing before you do it. I have to laugh it off. However, there's enough of the print in the fabric to salvage and use as a, you know, like I said, I'll probably make a t-shirt where maybe in a diagonal cut or some kind of cut block, do a color block type thing. I can kind of visualize what I want to do. What I should have used this pattern, which is a Simplicity 1593, and I was really debating between the two. This one here, UB on this one, has a very straight hem, and it's more of a straight top, and that would have actually been a better choice. However, I went with this one, the McCall's. Don't ask me why. I didn't really think through that border part. So I came on to share with you guys. You can have a fail, but I hope to salvage at least part of the material because I really like the material and I don't want it to be a total waste. So whenever I do salvage that and make something, I will come on and share. So one last thing is I have some more fabric. So guys, my favorite fabric store, they are always having sales. So they had a sale through, it was the weekend before last, or the week before last, that I ordered it, and it did take a little longer than usual because of course, what's going on these days. I bought another border print, guys. This is a knit also. And interestingly enough, this knit is kind of heavy, so it won't be a summer knit, even though a summer top. Even though I plan to make a tunic out of this, it is a floral with a border. Once again, the stripe bottom, I love this. And it is a border print as well. So on both ends it has the stripe. I love this so much. And I wish it was lighter, but this is actually like a heavy kind of double knit. It was $3.99 a yard. And I got 2.5, I believe. Let's see what my sticker says. They'll usually add a sticker on there that will describe the fabric somewhat. I got 2.5 yards. It is a black and white polyester Lycra Vertic. Oh, it says Lycra vertical stripe double border. Well, I wouldn't use the stripe vertically. The stripe does go along the salvage, which that's why they're calling it vertical. However, I would cut this on the cross grain in order to get that border on the bottom. I love this. I love it. I gotta remember to take my label off. Sometime I forget and I wash it with it on. But I got 2.5 yards and it was $3.99 a yard. So that's a one piece. I only got 3 pieces this time, and one piece actually surprises me that I even got it, but I showed it to my son so he'd give me some suggestions. I got another animal print. Guys, I love me some animal print, okay? This one is not as abstract as the last one, so it's kind of that leopard print, but this is how it is all over. This one is not a border print. Love it, but it is a knit, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but it has a little bit of texture. Not sure if you'll be able to see that texture. It has like a kind of a I want to say waffle weave. I don't know exactly what to call this texture, but it has a little bit of a texture to it, and I like it though. And it's not an extremely heavy. I would say it's a medium weight knit. It's not lightweight like the ITY knit, but this one I don't. I've already laundered this one. I haven't washed the white one yet, so I've already laundered this one. I don't have the label, but I got 3 yards of this one. And then here's another one that is a heavy knit. It's a heavy double knit, and it I got 2.5 yards of it, and it has these silver dots that are in a, so this would be called a border print, I think, because of the way the pattern is on here. It looks like silver nail heads. I'm going to put it up close so you can really see it. And so this dotted pattern kind of forms a border. That's one side. Here's the other side. I mean, it's like that all the way up and down. And you know what? This is a little bit flashy for me, but I was so intrigued with this fabric that I went ahead and got it. The texture of this one didn't come with a label, but it, the texture has, like when I rub my hand across this, it's like a raised rubbery filling dot, kind of a raised rubbery dot that is silver. So that's going to be interesting. And even as I was serging the edge, and what I do, even though it doesn't need to be serged because it's not going to fray or anything like that, but when I launder, and I did already launder this, I already washed it, and this, when I washed it, I let it air dry. What I did is draped it over my cutting table and just let it dry. Same thing for this one here. I just draped it over the table and let them dry. And so with this, it was interesting. Even when I was serging it, I had to serge it from this side. In other words, this side had to be along the bottom so the teeth could pull it through. When I tried to do it with this on top, it wouldn't even move through the presser foot easily. So I had to do it from this being on the bottom and this being on the top, and then it went through fine. So it's going to be interesting to sew this, except since I'll be sewing from the wrong side, I'll usually be sewing from this side. So this should be interesting. However, so I was thinking, what am I going to make out of this? Because it is a little flashy for me. And I thought just a plain cardigan kind of jacket to wear with like either blue or around the holidays maybe. But it'll just be a fun jacket, something I'll just throw on for an evening out or something like that. I was telling my son, I was like, my son's name is Nate. I was like, Nate, I don't know what I'm going to do with this because this is a little bit, more flashy than I would normally do. And he says, Mom, just wear it and hold your head high with confidence. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. My son is always so encouraging. So I'm grateful that he's like, in fact, I'm due for a trip to Chicago and I'll probably take my jacket and wear it when we're out doing something or whatever. But I could see wearing this though with a pair of leggings and just a simple top. And yeah, just flaunt my rubbery dots. So guys, I don't know if this isolation or whatever has really gotten to me. But I figure laugh, have fun, whatever. If you can, just do it, So I just wanted to come on and share, for one, share my fail, and for two, share the fabrics that I got. That it's funny, every now and then I'll get it and I'm like, why did I buy that? And this is one of those. So when I make it, hopefully it won't be a fail, but when I make it, I'll definitely show you guys and we'll laugh together. Okay, guys, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you have a wonderful, awesome day, what's left of it. And I will talk to you guys again soon. So, bottom line of this video is when you have a fail, just try to turn it into, some way you can salvage it or save it. It's not a fail, it's not always a total fail. Maybe you can save it. And that's what I'm going to try to do. So, thanks for watching. Bye.